Okay, so here's 5 ways to protect your energy from being drained. The first one is I'll let you know closer to the time if I'm coming. Okay, so let me just explain that one. If you're being asked out by your friends, like, or, you know, family members or colleagues at work, and they're asking you out to the pub or to a club or to an environment where there's a lot of people, and you're empathic and you don't like being around a lot of people, or you're not sure if you want to go or not, just say, I'll let you know closer to the time if I'm coming. This is something that I say all of the time, and I wait until, you know, it's the day before or a few days before the date of the event, and then I let them know that I'm coming to the event. Now, I know in some cases you have to buy tickets and the tickets might run out and whatever it is, but in most cases it's a restaurant or somewhere where you're meeting up and you're having drinks or whatever it is, and so you can just let them know closer to the time that you're, whether or not you're gonna come. And what I find is, like, when I do this, sometimes I'll feel like going to the event and sometimes I won't feel like going to the event. But usually when people ask, I'm not sure whether or not I want to go in that moment. I can say yes and give in and people please and whatever it is, right? But then as it gets closer to the date of the event, I might not feel like going. And now I'm going to go because I said I was going to go and I committed to going, and I don't want to look bad for going. So I go, but then I'm not feeling good being there and being around people, and there's a conflict of interest there. And so, you know, you want to make sure that, you know, you honor your word. And so one of the things that I say, being an empath or being empathic, is that I'll let you know closer to the time if I'm going. So the second way that I protect my energy from being drained, this is something that I do every day. I shower with salt. Okay, so I shower, I wash myself normally with soap, and then after I will get salt. Currently right now I'm using sea salt, and I rub it on my skin, all over my body. Okay, and what this does is it cleanses the energy, cleanses your aura, and it just releases any negative energy from your being. Okay, it's very, very powerful and something that I do daily. I actually add lavender to my salt, so you can add some essential oils to the salt to make it smell a certain way, but the lavender has its own properties as well. Okay, very cleansing, very pure energy, very spiritual energy to it. And so I add a few drops of that, and then I shake it up, and then I put the salt on my body after I've done my normal, regular physical body wash. I do a spiritual wash after that. You can also do salt baths with Epsom salts or sea salts. This is really good for, again, cleansing the energy. And if you want to go that extra step further, you can add Florida water to the bath to cleanse your energy and raise your vibration. Sometimes when you're feeling a little bit down, like your energy is going down during the day or whatever it is, maybe you're at home, you just come from work, it's good to do this shower or bath. You know, to take 5 minutes to quickly shower, put some salts on, cleanse your energy. For example, like in the morning, you might want to do it. You go to work and you've been through the hustle and bustle of life, right? And you've been around a lot of people. When you come home, it might be a good idea to go in the shower and cleanse your energy, and it will lift your spirits, right? It will lift your energy and put you in a different mood and kind of set the tone for the evening going into it. So that can be really powerful for you. The third one I want to share with you is surrender to your current circumstances rather than fighting it, okay? And then take the steps to change it. Okay, so what people do is they tend to fight their current circumstance, fight the stresses that are going on in their lives. But sometimes you just need to surrender to your thoughts, your emotions. You need to surrender to what's currently going on in your environment. Maybe, you know, you don't have enough money. Maybe, you know, your relationship's not going well right now. Maybe the kids are playing up or whatever it is. And there's a part of you trying to fight it. It doesn't want to be like that. You want it to be a different way, all right? So currently there's this event or thing happening, but your mind is wanting it to be somewhere else. And so there's a battle going on between the two. And what I'm saying is accept where you're at, okay? Accept where you're at. And then once you accept where you're at and sort of surrender to it, then you can come up with solutions to making it different. All right. But as long as we fight it, we get more fighting, right? When we fight it, we get more fighting. When we war, we get more war. Okay. And so basically you want to stop the battle going on within, because you're actually draining yourself. If you look at it, let's say the kids are like running around and they're making a lot of noise and it's getting on your nerves, right? This is your judgment on it. Okay. This is your perspective on it. You can simply get into the state of surrendering to the way that they're being right now, accepting it, and then taking the necessary steps to changing it over time. You know what I mean? If that's something that you want to do. I know it's a weird example, but sometimes it's just a matter of changing perspective and changing your energy around something. Or maybe, for example, you don't like your job that you're in right now, or the career that you're in right now, and you're unhappy, you're unfulfilled with it. And there's a part of you that resists going to work, resists waking up in the morning, resists working as hard as you could, or, you know, it's draining you of energy because of the people at work, right? Now, again, there's a part of you that doesn't want to be there, all right? And this energy actually creates more of you being there, okay? Because you're visualizing, you're saying, I don't want to be there, I don't want to be there, I don't want to be there, all right? Most people are asking for what they don't want, and so they get more of what they don't want, right? You need to ask for what you want and focus on what you want. So again, surrendering first is key. What I find that helped me in the past when I was working a job that I didn't want to be in, is I surrendered to it, and then I expressed extreme levels of gratitude for every little part of that job. For example, I was working for like a grocery store in the UK, and I was actually working in the warehouse. I was working in the distribution center, the warehouse where they, you know, put stuff in the lorries and there's forklift trucks and all of this kind of stuff, right? And my mindset at the time in being grateful is that, wow, like I'm actually serving the world by, you know, distributing and helping them get the food so that they can eat and survive, right? So I created that mindset. I made it more meaningful, you know. I was grateful that it was paying me a certain amount of money. There were a few people there that I liked interacting with, so I was grateful to have these friends or these colleagues at work that I could interact with, associates that I could interact with. I was grateful for the amount, you know, I was being paid, and I saw it, that it was paying for me living out my dream life, you know, eventually following my business, pursuing my business. You know, I found ways to enjoy it. I even got to the point where I didn't even look at the time. I stopped looking at the time whilst I was at work, and just fully engage in it, you know, fully focus on what it is that I need to do. Whilst in the back of my mind, visualizing, like whilst I'm awake and, you know, working, I'll be feeling the feelings of working full time from home, running my own business. Okay, so I found ways to be grateful for where I'm at. So I surrendered to it. I was grateful for where I was at. And then I took the steps, right? It's a key, right? You got to take the steps to making the change, thinking of solutions. Eventually I came up with the solution of going part-time in that job. And in that job, they didn't even allow part-time. Okay, but I wrote a letter to the boss, the head boss. And I was the first person in the company ever to go part-time. So the letter basically said that this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about. I really like this job, yada, yada, yada. I'm so grateful for what you do for me, da, 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 whatever. And it led to me going part-time in the job. So I had time to spend on my business, and eventually my business started making more money than my job. So I quit my job and basically started making a living in an online business. The fourth thing that I want to share with you to protect your energy from being drained is to train your mind or train your body. Okay, when you train your body, you're kind of training your mind anyway, but it's important to train your mind and body, whether that's doing yoga or exercising in the gym or doing Pilates or doing some form of meditation, having a practice to train your energy, to train your body. I like personally physically training my body in the gym and pushing heavy weights, because it just makes me feel stronger. And as I feel stronger, it makes me mentally, feel stronger, but also physically feel stronger. It makes me spiritually feel stronger as well. So that's an aspect that you can begin implementing into your life. So working out be really powerful for you should you start implementing that. Life is always coming at us, right? There's always things happening in life. And so you want to train yourself for life rather than allowing life to attack you, right? You want to step into your own power and set yourself up. One of the things you can do is have a morning ritual and prepare yourself for the day. You write a gratitude list, or think and feel emotions of gratitude and expressing those things, and writing out your plan for the day. Speaking and seeing yourself acting, a certain way, the way that you're going to handle and deal with things, the way you're going to process things, visualizing yourself strong throughout the day. Things like this can begin shifting your being. And over time, as you implement this on a daily basis, if you spend 5 minutes a day doing this, if you implement this on a daily basis, over time it's going to become a habit, and you're just going to become stronger and stronger over time, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But if you're doing the opposite, like, you'll wake up in the morning and then you're just browsing through social media and there's negative stuff going on, and, there's negative news, you're getting texts from people, and it's all, coming in, attacking you, checking your email, it's all coming in, attacking you, it's going to drain you of energy. Okay. And so you need to protect that at all costs and decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how my day is going to go, and visualize it how you would prefer it to be. And then obviously executing that and implementing that into your life. And the last one here, to protect your energy from being drained, number 5, is to stop easily trusting people. Okay. Many empaths, don't mean to be rude, but many empaths are a little bit gullible, and they will trust people too easily. I was like this. I was pretty much a people pleaser. I thought everybody was good people, and I looked through the negatives in people and kind of focused on their soul way too much, and understanding that, everyone's a blank slate, and, this person's been conditioned, they've been through this, they've been through that. And so empaths tend to make excuses / justifications for people's behavior. And what ends up happening is the person's treating you in a negative way or whatever it is, and you don't see it as negative, or you find ways to justify their negativity. And so what I do now when I'm meeting new people, I will take time to get to know them properly and find the true self, because over time people show their true colors, right? But in the beginning, they'll show a little bit of a front. It's just human nature to do that, because you've got to have good first impressions, and you've got to make a good first impression. So we want to be wary of that, and not lean into being trusting too early. It's important to, especially like in dating, for example, is to really ask a lot of questions in the beginning and see what people's values are, see how people think, before developing strong emotions, because that's where it becomes a little bit confusing, is when you trust in them and you're just dating them and you're not really asking any questions, and then you have feelings, and then once you have feelings, now it's hard to get out of that. It's harder to get out of that, especially being someone empathic. So you want to make sure that you're being diligent about people, because people is the number one thing that's going to drain you of energy. All right. And so you want to surround yourself in environments that create more success rather than depreciating your life. And obviously you want to be that asset to someone else too, where you don't drain them of value in life or drain them of energy in life, but adding more value and energy to their lives. And that's what helps in you growing together. Also, when it comes to trusting people, don't listen to their words as much as the actions that they're taking. I'm sure you've heard of this before, but always follow action over an apology or a sorry or, you know, whatever. If the action's not changing, then chances are this is just who they are, and most likely they're not going to change this. So in that point, you know, you want to determine whether you want to be around this person anymore, or you're just going to accept it and surrender to it. Like I said in one of the previous tips, one of the most important things that you can do is to raise your vibration, okay, or master your vibration, and make sure that you're resonating at a high frequency. Now, on the power versus force scale, you should be resonating in the top 5 frequencies to really protect your energy, to be at a high vibration, to be able to facilitate the law of attraction and manifesting those things that you want into your life much easier. If you resonate near the middle, for example, at neutrality or courage, if you resonate around here, you will see some results with the law of attraction, but you won't have big, huge transformative results. And obviously, if you resonate low on the chart, then you're going to have a real hard time with the law of attraction. You might see, you know, little things here and there, like you think of something and someone rings you, whatever it is. But in terms of manifesting like large sums of money, or your business going successful, or manifesting your dream life partner, you know, it's going to be harder for you to achieve those things in your life resonating lower on the chart. And so the goal would be to get into the top 5 frequencies. And I'm currently right now, I'm doing an energy reading to determine where you resonate at vibrationally on the chart. And plus we're offering a manifestation diagnosis session, which dives deeper into that reading, but also gives you the practical steps that you need to take in order to achieve the outcomes that you want in life, the goals that you want to achieve, the things that you want to manifest. So the link will be in the description along with my telephone number. You message us on WhatsApp and then you can get set up, and I'll basically record a video for you doing an energy reading. All right. And if you want, you can click on this playlist over here, which actually dives deeper into what I'm talking about in terms of vibration and raising your vibration and mastering your vibration properly. It's a 3-part series. Or you can go and watch this video over here on validation tips and why and how to basically feel more personal validation and stop seeking validation from others. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.